Hey guys, welcome back. Been a hot minute. We're back on the road though.
We are back. And where are we recording from?
Actually, right. So if it sounds better than usual, it's because we're not at the studio. We're in Chicago for a Hawaiian Up
Watch Fair 2022.
And hey, still Jay?
Still Brendan.
And today we have a very special guest, someone who I've known for quite a while, and someone who I feel is leading the way for quite a lot of things. We have VJ of Oris.
Thank you guys. Nice to be here with you here in Chicago for Hawaiian Up.
You guys will get why.
You'll understand.
Yeah.
They'll probably have seen the video before this comes out.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick wrist check.
Oh yeah, wrist. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'll go first. I guess I usually do. I got the Oris ProPilot X.
Ooh.
Skeletonized. Beautiful 10-day power reserve. I've talked about it before.
How many barrels though?
One. All in one
what the
barrel.
fuck?
And it takes like 5 minutes to wind up.
It does. It takes so long.
Nice.
It takes forever.
It's a great watch.
Mine isn't quite as cool. It's I'm wearing the Hublot service watch.
Because your real Hublot is in service, right?
Yeah. I don't own a Hublot. I'm not a big fan of Hublot at all, so I don't really care. But this is a watch that I don't know if they still give it, but
it's like a rental car.
It's a rental car, yeah. Kind of cool. I thought it was like a quirky
thing
to bring. Actually, a lot of people who see it are like, "Whoa, what is that? Is that like a
Is that like a special edition? What is that?" And
like,
it says not for sale in the back, so you broke the
absolutely
rules.
broke the rules.
VJ, what do you got on? I see you're actually sporting two.
I have, I am sporting two actually because I was at Wind Up. So I have the New York Harbor limited edition that we just launched last week.
Oyster.
With the Billion Oyster project. And then on this wrist, I have my Roberto Clemente limited edition. So,
absolutely, I think.
Yeah. Nice. So I don't usually wear two watches, but we're talking a lot about the Roberto Clemente. I'm like, let me put it back on my wrist. So, because we're talking about the strap and the patina of the strap.
The story of it is badass.
Yeah, man. It's such a good story. Good people, baseball, all the things together. It's awesome. So,
because Oris is like super ingrained into MLB.
Yeah, we started back in 2019. We were working with the Yankees a little bit, doing some advertising, just some things in stadium, and then we developed a relationship with Aaron Boone, and he's wearing a lot of Oris watches, coaches, all that stuff. And then we expanded. So we're with the Braves, the White Sox here in Chicago.
Oh, seriously?
The Padres, in San Diego, and then also doing some stuff with MLB proper. So
yeah, maybe Houston next for the Stros.
Yeah, we've done some advertising in Houston actually.
Oh, with the Red Sox.
Behind the home plate. Yeah, behind the
plate. Red Sox.
No, we like winners, so it's all good.
Damn. Yeah, hey, the Stros, we won recently, so whatever.
So we've done a lot with baseball, but it was the Clemente project was really great. So good family, good story, really good, just a good, Roberto Clemente was a huge humanitarian as well as a great baseball player, but really more so a humanitarian.
And he even has his own award, right?
What's that? Yeah,
the Clemente Award.
He does. The Clemente Award, they give it in each year in Major League Baseball to the person. Each team nominates someone, and then they give it to, they select one winner overall, and then they basically get the award. So we gave the watch it's a limited edition of 3,000 pieces, but we put aside all the watches for the winners. So, Derek Jeter won it in 2009. He got 2009 of 3,000. So every past winner of the award got it, and every future winner up till 2030 will get it as well.
So if you want one, guys, join Major League Baseball and try to win.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only way to get it.
It's the only way to get it.
Exactly. Get in the batting cage. Let's go.
It's so good though, but so today I wanted, there's a couple of things that I really wanted to hit on. Is Auris has been making insane amount of waves recently. I think in the past maybe 5 or so years, you guys have really put it into turbo, getting out there, getting known.
Yep.
And all the little communities, small communities, like ours and a bunch of others. So I'm curious, what drove that?
I mean, I think it was, I think the significance of the watch community has grown with the advent of social media, Instagram, and obviously as that's kind of developed into something, you guys were watch enthusiasts before you had social media. There was plenty of watch enthusiasts, but nobody had a voice. So social media has definitely amplified everyone's single voice into something big. But as far as working with the community, I mean, I'll tell you, like early on, being with Auris, when I started with Auris 12 years ago, there was people in the industry that didn't know the brand. Like you would talk to so we first met with the Red Bar folks and just the community folks, and they were like, yeah, we love Auris. I'm like, you love Auris? Yeah. And then we just started I think it's also a people thing, right? You're just a person. Like we have this way about us. We try to be ourselves. We try not to be, pretentious or that's not how we are. We operate and, we're very open, inclusive and that sort of thing. And I think we've always just been that. And then meeting people like yourselves and just hanging out, that's just what it's about. It's not about, it's more about the people than it is about the product and doing that. But it's just having a good time and that sort of thing. So, and
were you there for the first wind up?
We were. So we've been with Wind Up since the beginning.
It's a pretty important part of community building as well.
Yeah, and I think I think the Wind Up guys, like the Worn and Wound guys, in the beginning, they're small, and it was nice to support. And I've always felt like supporting them was very important. Just from a, it's nice. Good things happen to good people, right? So it's like seeing them grow and seeing Wind Up what it was and what it's become, especially today, like in the new venues in a new city, things like that have been really nice to see. And, I feel our place with Wind Up is such that we don't necessarily need to be there, given all the micro, but I feel like we're sort of the big brother in that situation. And I don't mean that it's just more like I like to support and be part of that.
So when you guys, I mean, you are part, funding the events, the Wind Up Fair, do you have a say as to which brands get to be a part of the fair? Not at all. I mean, I think we've always liked it to be independent brands because that seems to be the spirit of what it is. So, but not so much, what brands are there kind of thing. I mean, they're also doing their thing and that sort of stuff. So, because me and Jay started a brand that's backed by Alibaba and we do drop shipping.
It's drop shipping, guys.
And
we'll be there.
You're not allowed there?
Yeah, we're not allowed there for some reason. Maybe you can pull some strings. But what's the deal with the Oris beer, by the way? That's always there. I see it in photos.
I'm always curious about that.
So Oris Bear started back in the early 2000s. We did a collection, one of our Atelier collections, and there was an artist who worked with something in Switzerland, and they created some bears. They created an Oris bear that was like a watchmaker, one that was a pilot, one that was an F1 driver. So there was all these little bears that always sat there. And a number of years back, probably about 8 years ago, we wanted to do something for Basel World that was, just fun and
playful. Yeah.
So we made a big Oris bear, like one of the ones that was there. And then he just took off. Like people really loved it, and he got his hashtag, and he just became his own being. So since that time, we've done a lot. So he's around, and we view it as, we don't do a lot of work with celebrity ambassadors. That's not our thing. But we view him as our ambassador, so to say. And it's a canvas for emotion, right? Like if you look at the teddy bear, it usually makes people happy. Like nobody ever really frowns.
Gets offended by the bear.
It's something that's really there. So
maybe if you had a beekeeper person, you're eating all my honey, bear. What the hell?
So exactly.
Dude, so that bear, I've had people ask me, because I posted it a couple times, in different occasions. People are like, "Is that the Ralph Lauren bear?"
No.
Do you guys not get that often?
No, not really. I mean, not so much. I mean, you see that bear around a little bit too. But yeah, we get it a little bit, but not a lot. And it's
maybe we spray some Ralph Lauren cologne on the bear and people start. I heard you guys took that bear out to a few bar crawls back in the day, didn't you?
The bear's been through a lot. Yeah.
Seen a lot.
Some things I can't really talk about.
There's some shit I've seen a lot. The bear's seen some shit, dude.
It's going to go to that bear's grave. He's not telling anyone those stories.
He's almost gotten taken a couple times. It's been he's been through a lot. He's seen a lot, but he's no, but he generally makes people happy and makes us happy. And we've obviously done a lot with the bear. We've during COVID, we had a lot of things with the bear that really kind of made people happy and smile. So we're happy with the bear. So
yeah,
he's one of us.
Dude, I mean, the bear goes everywhere, honestly. It's like synonymous with Oris now.
Yeah.
Like, y'all also make I don't know, do you guys sell those jackets that have the bear?
We, this year they were the sweater.
Yeah.
They were the giveaway for us in Geneva. So if you were in Geneva with the bear sweaters, that was the giveaway. So yeah.
It's a nice giveaway.
So, nice giveaway. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to get some. We'll get you some.
Oh,
so
I like
that'd
that.
be nice.
Have you seen it?
No, I don't think I have.
It looks so good.
I'll have to check it out.
And it was so well, people loved it, absolutely loved it. So.
Yeah, it's really good merch.
Yeah.
Speaking about merch, as Oris has been kind of, as Jay mentioned, making waves, how do you deal with product traceability? Things ending up on gray market that are below MAP pricing and stuff like that.
That's actually a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it's a fair question too. It's something that we address globally. It's something that we police globally. So if, something's on the gray market, we'll purchase it, trace it, kind of enforce it back to the person that put it there. So that's something we do.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, totally. So yeah, we go out and do that. So
I heard eBay is now checking cereals, and I think it may just be for Rolex, but do you guys have a connection with eBay as well to help?
We're not connected to them, but I think they're doing an authentication program where they're trying to authenticate product and do things like that. Yeah.
Because I heard rumors they're supplying the cereals back to Rolex, and then the dealers are getting in trouble for.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I haven't heard that, but I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make you comfortable with making that purchase on eBay by authenticating that it's a legitimate product. I think that's
the main, yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
It might have just been a rumor that I'm helping spread that has no basis, but
nasty.
I can't participate in any rumors. So.
Yeah.
So with Auris, you guys have the coral reef, the oysters. Seriously, Auris does so much as far as sustainability goes. And it seems like in the past couple of years, that again is another thing that went turbo.
Well, I think what's happening is to your point, we've been doing things around sustainability for a long time. It's been over 12 over a decade at least.
That's right.
That we've been doing things like that, and we did it because it made sense to us at the time. We didn't do it for market. It was more we take a lot from the ocean and a lot from that being good corporate citizens. We wanted to do things that made sense. And honestly, what we've tried to do is really bring light to these things that may not get a global voice, or these small organizations that may not get get something. So we've done things around that. I think now a lot's happening in our industry where it's all of a sudden it's the buzzword of our industry, sustainability.
Now it has been.
Yeah, so everybody's now jumping on the bandwagon from a marketing perspective, I need to do this, we need to do this, and it's good because it brings more awareness of these things, right? But I think we've done it in a way of substance and not just for example, we actually became certified carbon neutral last year.
Whoa.
We are actually taking the steps to just do things we run cleanup events throughout the country and throughout the world with our partners and with our retail partners and with our watch enthusiasts, community friends, and all that stuff. We've done things like that. So we're putting not just talking about it, we're trying to do things that makes sense. We put out a sustainability report and showed all our sustainable numbers.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. They have a sustainability report every year.
Yeah, and now I hear now you hear where people are going to they're trying to become carbon neutral, do this, and it's okay, it's good because obviously for the overall it's good,
but it's a marketing thing.
We've done it from a place of I think substance and and I think that's we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. We try to do what we can do. But approach it in that way.
So why do you care about the world so much, man? Just let the shit burn. You know what I mean?
You can't stop it.
Yeah, can't stop it. Just let the microplastics consume every human.
Well, it's funny as Americans, like we're so gluttonous, right? Compared to the rest of the world. Like when you think about it, it's a mentality that, it takes a while to get into it and look at it. And
Americans live in excess.
Yeah, we do a lot in excess. And I think if you really look at, what makes sense and what doesn't make sense and trying to change and do those things. And, we're putting out our product. We put out the upcycle with the recycled, is the amount of plastic in the upcycle saving the world? No, it's not. It's not about the amount. It's about the conversation that happens around that watch. It's about the conversation because people buying luxury watches are the people that have the means
and the ability
to make those change. And that's what we see it as. That's where we see ourselves as using a global voice and doing those things. So,
Are you guys looking to sponsor, what's that kid's name? Greta?
Oh, Greta.
Yeah, Greta. You guys gonna?
We haven't sponsored Greta, so
that's it, dude.
Yeah,
that's like a legit one, dude. She's all about the environment stuff. And you guys
very well spoken for. I mean, that age, I couldn't even speak English at that point.
It just started. You started speaking English,
just
right?
like
Not too long
yesterday.
ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so my guy was doing slurring his words here.
Yeah, man. I'm just like starting to wake up all systems. It's been a rough couple of nights here.
It has been a couple rough nights. Legit, like sleep at like 4 on Thursday or Friday.
Well, you're having fun. You're having fun. It's just part of the whole thing.
It's been fun.
Fun and pain.
Fun
they come hand in hand.
Like, it's the day after that makes it bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just wait. Gets better.
Oh Jesus.
So, who are some of your rivals in the watch industry? And it's okay to personally name people. Someone that you maybe hate.
Damn, like Mike Pearson.
No, no. Mike's a good.
I love Mike.
Yeah, we love Mike.
He's a great guy.
I hope he hears that.
No, I think. I don't think I find us as unique. I wouldn't say rivals. I think it's just people. There's a lot of people in the space that buy product, price points, product competitors, things like that. It's just a matter of choice. Just as a general thing, I'll say the thing I don't care for is like copying people that copy things. Like that makes me upset. Like that's not something that that's something that
I get it
gets me going a little bit. So,
it's a form of flattery, though.
It is,
but they're
it's
copying
like,
your style.
Go your own way. Like do your own thing.
He threw in the Oris.
No, but I'm saying it's true. It's true.
Wow.
He said, "Go your own way."
It's true. Like go your own way. Like get your own ideas.
That's so good. But that's the whole thing too. It's like Oris is now. You guys are like getting like faked actually. So now,
Of course.
yeah. Like Oris is now,
and it is flat, and I'm not saying, listen, we are not the be all end all. We're not, again, we're not perfect. We just try our best to do things that do it. And, are we the first ones to make watches in the world? No. So like, we're not, but we try to do things from our own perspective, from our own, does it make sense for us to do this? Does it make sense to, being an independent brand, being, sort of I don't know if I'd say the leading, and if I could say that,
I would say that,
a brand that really is fiercely independent and has always been, coming from a place where we can do things that make sense for us, and we can do, we could do stuff like make a PPX, but also make a cotton candy. We can do things that maybe other people can't do because they're confined to a corporate landscape of some nature, or do things like that.
So we've talked a lot about your successes, that Oris's successes. Are there any failures that you guys gone through and you've learned from mistakes?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all learn from mistakes, and I think, coming from where I am, I think I've learned to take a long-term vision of things. My vision of things has become much more longer term than short term. Like anybody could do anything in the short term, right? Yep. But it's like you want to have the consistency and look, 3 steps beyond what's going to happen, as opposed to looking at it right this moment. And things may look good on the surface, but they're not necessarily good for you in the long term. And I think that's a lesson I learned early on, and have tried to kind of put out there and do.
Well, I think thinking short term with us because
this is super
this
short
is
term.
like really
That's it, we're
degenerate
done?
podcast.
Yeah, you guys are like episode like 25. You're going to be done. Like,
We're out of here actually after this one. In the middle of it, we're just gonna pull the
this is
plug.
it. We might as well go out with a big one.
We are burning every fucking bridge. Dude, did you know though, actually, that at one point Oris was part of the Swatch Group? 1970.
Yeah, so
Or I guess they weren't Swatch Group yet.
It wasn't Swatch Group. It was a company called Osawag, which was the predecessor company of the Swatch Group. So what happened was, Oris, we started in 1904. We quickly grew to 5 factories. In the 1970s, we were one of the 10 largest watch manufacturers in Switzerland. We made 272 calibers of our own from 1904 to 1982. And then in the 70s, the quartz crisis hit Switzerland. We were purchased for a short time by Osawag, and they closed down the manufacturing that we had. Basically made quartz for a very short period of time, some quartz watches. Then in 1982,
they separated.
Yeah, we went back to Dr. Ralph Portman and Ulrich Herzog, who's they did a leverage buyout of the company in 1982. And since that point, we've only made mechanical watches and haven't done anything. And if you think about it at the time, with all the quartz watches, it was a very bold move to make in 1982 when quartz was basically revolutionizing everything, to only make mechanical watches. So that's what we've done, and we've stuck to that. And
you've really in recent years you've made your own calibers again, right?
Yep. So
that's been a big step.
It's on your wrist.
Yeah, it's on my wrist.
So that series, starting in 2014, which was our first in-house movement in 35 years, was the caliber 110, which 10-day power reserve. And then on that platform, we've done 110, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 that you're wearing. And then in 2020, the end of 2020, we came out with caliber 400, which was our first automatic movement in about 40 or so years. And that's made its way now into the line. And I think, when you look at us, a lot of people don't know the history of the company. They don't know all the manufacturing that we had done, all the innovation we have done. And even when we weren't making our own movements per se, we were innovating things like the World Timer, putting complications on top of the base movements and doing things like that. So we've always had this spirit of innovation, this spirit of, kind of doing different things, depth gauge, altimeter, things like that. We've had that.
Did any of the, research and records, everything that you guys had made in the past, did any of that survive through the decades of,
Yeah, there's a lot in the archives, and we've done, obviously, I'd say one of the turning points for us was our Diver 65. When that came out, that's something that really, if you ask me to kind of look back at the past, 12 years or so, and I'd say that was a moment for us that really kind of ignited a lot of things with that watch and the attention of that, and kind of I like to think we were ahead of the right at the cusp of the vintage trend. That watch helped shape that. So that was really good, and we've done a lot around that.
That Oris Diver 65, the best one. Have you seen the one that they made in collaboration with a denim shop in Japan?
The Momotaro.
Yeah,
we did.
That's
That.
really cool.
Holy shit!
They love their denim over there.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
They'll buy looms from America and
that's exactly where that watch came from. Momotaro had the looms. Because what happened was after the Second World War, they had a lot of American influence to GIs with jeans and things like that. So that's how the Japanese denim culture kind of came into existence, was after World War II. So
in terms of market size, what would you say is your guys' biggest market? Is it Asia, APAC? Is it
APAC's a big market for us. The US is a big market for us. I'd say, Europe is big, but I'd say, unlike, like everybody else, I mean, we have a couple really big markets, but the US is definitely a bigger market. So.
Oh.
Gladness, we talked about it before.
That's right, in excess. How about the fake ones on eBay? The Oris special.
Are you guys responsible for those?
Yeah.
Is that the brand? Is that the brand you're talking about? Is that the brand you're talking about?
Yeah.
All right, now we know. Now we know.
Funny.
It's spelled Oris with 2 S's.
Oris. Oh, did you know that there's Oris wallet maker.
Really?
Yeah, it's not related to him. It's the same name, dude.
You guys let that dude just free range?
No, we don't actually. That's a recent thing. So.
Yeah, it was dude. I saw it and I was like, what the fuck? So
because I saw it too. Yeah, I spoke to him.
I messaged him and I was like, yo, you guys making wallets now?
Yeah. So it was So
that dude's about to get hit with a cease and desist.
Can you talk about it at all or no? Kind of buttoned up for now.
He's like, well, it's the initials of me and my wife, and I'm like, yeah, that's okay, but that's
change your name, dude.
Yeah, and it's not like, listen, you don't want to like.
Yeah, you're gonna get.
You don't
buried.
ever want to like. Like everyone does their thing, right? So it's not, but obviously, a lot's gone into our name, a lot of effort and time. And
we're trying to
money.
save the world here, man.
Yeah, and
also it's just bad for their business, like, because if someone searches Oris, man,
they're gonna come up with watches before your wallets come up, bro.
Yeah,
you're gonna get buried.
That's what I mean.
Google search.
Yeah, maybe they'll start making Watch Cringe wallets, maybe.
Oh,
and then you can be part of that too.
I like that.
Except he'll probably get a higher rank than our name.
Probably. We're kind of bottom barrel.
Yeah, but there's only up from here, Jay. There's only going up from here.
So tell me about where the name came from. Tell me how that was inspired.
Brent.
We were literally out to lunch with the watch guys, and me and Jay were gonna go back to my place to record a first episode. We were spitballing names, and I came back from the bathroom and I was like, guys, it's gonna be Watch Cringe. And everyone loved it, and it just like stuck. I mean, we are about the cringy parts of this culture. If you see our videos,
did something happen in the bathroom that inspired the name?
Something cringy happened. Yeah,
yeah.
I had to clear out to make room for dinner.
This dude was shrimp dick.
Yeah, and so we have like
here, VJ. So let's say that you were gonna pit another city that's not New York. Where would you want to station Oris? Not New York.
That I'd want to station Auris, like the brand.
Yeah.
That's a tough question because it's like, in today's world, you don't need to. I'm sometimes partial to Boston. I like Boston a little bit.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
The Sox? What the fuck?
No, I didn't say the Red Sox. I just said Boston. So, are you a Bostonian originally?
Originally, yeah.
Yeah. Where about?
Well, I lived in like Cambridge, Alston, and also Natick.
Yep, sure.
Town with the Natick Mall.
Yeah, I know exactly where it is. Route 30. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
you don't have to pay a toll if you go Route 30.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jay would be on that one.
Exit 13 on the Mass Pike. I know.
Yeah.
So
I have a question.
Yes,
so
okay. What's
a piece of advice that you would give younger you when you started at Auris?
I would say, what I was saying before about just keeping a long-term vision.
Mm-hmm.
I would say just be yourself, be humble. Don't be, I think that's what's also something that I could say about the people at Auris. I could say about, our group of people, Rolf, who you may know, Rolf Studer, like we're able to be ourselves and we're able to do that. And I think that's important, and treat people as you would want to be treated, right? Do the right thing. I mean, I think it's commonsensical and it's simple, but it's true.
Gets lost.
Yeah, it does. And I think, there's so much in our industry, people take themselves way too seriously and in what it is. And it's just kind of keeping the fun in it, right? Keeping everybody smiling and having a good time.
Having a good time.
Yeah. Just, and I'm not, obviously we're in business and we're running a business, but there's certainly ways to go about it. And, we like to keep that. So I'd definitely say to keep those things around.
Let's talk collabs. Do you guys have any plans for some collaborations in the near future?
No shit.
But I want to know what they are.
I can't tell you.
Oh,
okay. Shit. That means it's gonna be big. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good.
I can't tell you.
Me, I got a collaboration
coming out. Collaboration?
Yeah. I got a collab with the bear, the Oris bear later. We're gonna do some Watch Cringe marketing, I think.
Oh shit! I mean, we already took.
We already did actually.
Nice.
We did one actually in San Francisco. We didn't do it this time.
With the bear.
Recorded a video with the bear.
I saw that. Yeah.
We're trying to interview the bear.
Yeah. Did he slap you?
No, his eyes cold. Oh my! Actually, that's another thing. what what was the reasoning of making that bear on TikTok that like it was so scary? It was so fucking scary.
I didn't see that.
Dude. You know what I'm talking about though, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So, yeah, the bear has its moments, you know. Not all of them are good.
Dude, it was like nightmare fuel that like if you showed that to a kid.
No, but again, I think it's just, you know, trying to keep fun in the situation and everything about it. So, yeah.
And you guys sometimes get like poked fun of with watch memes, right?
Yeah.
So do you actually see horological dictionaries?
Oh, certainly.
Like,
yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, it's funny.
See,
of course it's funny.
That's the right response, I think.
Yeah,
it's like just rolling with it.
You gotta
it's
laugh
funny.
at it. It's really funny. It's kind of funny.
You guys at least
You know?
aren't Vermont because he ripped them up, dude.
Oh man, yeah.
3 accounts on Instagram that you think people should be following, not including watch because we already know that. But what do you think? 3.
Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting, like about watches or just in
Anything,
general?
in general.
In general?
What would VJ suggest you follow that?
I like the WM Brown project. You ever Matt
Oh, yeah.
Horanek?
Matt.
Yeah, he's really like I really like the content that he's put out and done stuff like through COVID. Like I like to, you know, I'm a food person. I like to cook, like that kind of thing. So I always find his content to
You're
be
a Negroni guy too.
to be good. Yeah, a little bit. Not
All right. So the first one,
So-
guys, WM project.
Brown. Yeah, WM Brown project. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's you're putting me on the spot here. I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
That's what we do.
I know. So what else is funny that I follow that's out there? Well, Oris, of course.
Oh,
Got to follow Oris or Oris Bear for that matter.
Oris watches or the Waltz?
we'll do that both. That's what. That's another
That
one.
counts as well, yeah.
Don't
counts as
encourage
one.
them. Don't encourage them. So
Yeah, these they're not the David versus Goliath. This isn't RT, dude. You're
yeah.
not RT Custard.
yeah. And you know, and I follow a lot of baseball things, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. I like that stuff. So
Has to be a specific one.
Yankees.
I mean, if you guys watch MLB and they're at Yankee Stadium, you've definitely seen Oris. Like, dude, it's fucking huge.
Yeah. No, and it's such a cool thing. Like
It is. Whenever like my dad was watching, and I was like, "Dad, look, it's a watch brand." He's like, "Oh, the Auris." I was like, "Yeah,
yeah.
it's absolutely sick."
Yeah. It's good to see.
You want to FaceTime your dad in the big?
Yeah, let's
Auris?
get my dad
He's
in there.
actually like a big. No, actually, he's like a big Auris guy. Yeah,
Really?
he's a big Auris fan. Yeah.
That's cool.
He likes it, Oris a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like so accessible. The quality's there. The history's there. It's Swiss. I mean, it's like.
Did you get into watches because of your dad?
Yeah, exactly.
How about you?
It was my grandfather for me. He was, so his first watch that he bought after he kind of worked out of poverty was in the Philippines, was 1675 Rolex Pepsi GMT.
Nice.
And he wore the shit out of that. He was like he was a cop too. So
Yeah. In where? In
the Philippines.
In Philippines? Yeah.
So I wasn't in America until I was like 12.
Yeah.
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 Then America was.
Did you know
further
anybody named Geronimo in the Philippines?
Yeah, Geronimo.
Yeah. There's a lot of
ton of Geronimos
yeah,
there, bro.
it's true. It's very true.
So are you like, do you have Spanish descent in you?
I don't. Italian. So
Oh, interesting.
my name VJ is Vito Joseph. That's my
Yo,
that's what that's
that's
We got
badass.
like an Italian accent.
Go ahead, give us your best Italian accent.
that's what it stands for. It
No,
stands
no,
for
give us
what
your-
you want, like New York Italian, or you want like,
I don't care. Just say.
Call us like
Go ahead.
hey,
gabagool. Give me some gabagool.
Gabagol.
That was good.
Shit,
Yeah,
dude.
you could have been on The Sopranos, man.
That's
Shit.
it. That's it.
That should.
The
That,
watch dealer on The Sopranos is showing up.
Shit.
Yeah. Oris
kinda-
has been on The Sopranos actually.
Wait, no way.
There was
Really?
an episode where they were doing something when Christopher was doing his
Acting.
acting thing, and they like did something through the green, like they were doing something for maybe the Academy Awards, and they had like the place where they go, and there was a big Oris thing there. Yeah.
Seriously.
I gotta
Totally.
find that. To watch that.
I don't know what I can't recall the episode that it was, but yeah.
Dude, one of the things that I watched with my dad, another one was Jurassic Park.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say porn.
Yeah.
I do that with your mom, not my dad, dude. But yeah, Jurassic Park has an Oris in it.
Jurassic Park does?
Yes, it does. Yes,
Yeah.
it does. Yep.
And I was like, I saw it, dude. I like paused it. I was like, I need to fucking like zoom in.
It's fun. Like, it's nice to be at the point when you see that and you're just like, oh, you get excited about it, right?
Yeah, I got
'Cause it's
so excited. I was like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
I know.
So how does that happen? Do you guys just give them, or is it?
Yeah, sometimes they reach out to us about it and things like that. There are people that, there's a lot of brands, I think, that pay a lot of money for that to happen and for, things to be shown up. We don't necessarily do that. So it's just more like,
They reach out.
Yeah,
dude.
we try to, or we,
Organic.
yeah, sometimes. And sometimes, it's like, we have people we work with that kind of also, deal with a lot of the people that do that stuff. But it's, it's huge. It has a huge effect. We're not the brand that, like, there's like a celebrity ambassador running around with the product on and that kind of thing.
No, Tom Brady.
Yeah. But it's more of, it definitely does have impact. Like, people see that and it's,
like, I want to be like that.
Yeah, I want to be like that or do that. So, but it's a really, it's a little bit of a thin line because it's hard for us to, it's organic for us, and that's the way we approach it.
Because it's like, it's Oris, in my opinion, is just a watch that it's like an everyday person, you don't got to be like big. Like, you could be anyone up to like anyone and then still have it.
Yeah. No, and then I think when you see if someone like that's not someone that's big is wearing it, they're wearing it because they like it. Like, that's really that's to me is the test of it, right? If someone's wearing the watch because they like it, that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
If someone's wearing it because they're getting paid for it, that's another story, right? Yeah. So, yeah.
It's like, there's a country singer who's wearing you guys.
Casey Donahue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Texas country. Yeah.
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 And I was like, again, saw a picture of the concert. Fucking looked. I think it's like a pointer.
Funny story about that. So I'm a big...
you're a big country guy.
I like Texas country music. So a guy named Vito from New York is wearing...
It's so funny,
Texas country music, right? So he was... I follow him on Instagram, and like one day I see him, he's wearing a watch, and I'm like, what watch is, I sent him a message. I'm like, what watch is that? So we started a dialogue together. So that's how that happened. Yeah. He's funny. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Couple people like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Doing that. So
now you have one of the Watch Cringe guys watching it.
Yeah. It's been a blast, man.
Yeah, it's been a blast. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
A lot of the things, guys, like, if you don't know VJ, follow him, get to know the person. This brand is gonna go places, dude. It has been, and it's gonna keep on going. It's not gonna stop.
No, and I think thank you everyone for the support. Thank you for you guys always, your enthusiasm for it, and very much appreciate what you guys do and the community aspect of everything. I think that's that's just key to everything. So
definitely excited to see where you guys are gonna go. I think that you guys are killing it in the game. You guys have the space where you're able to just make so much and do so much, not just for the community, but the world. You guys are making changes in the right steps.
Thank you.
Let's end it on some ASMR. Let's do a little bezel turn on that.
Oh,
on
yeah.
That watch.
On,
So
the, on the Billion Oyster project.
If you want to put it up to the mic and just... A classy type of turning.
That's pretty good.
All
Yeah.
right.
Hey, that's the first time we haven't had anyone jackhammer.
Yeah. Most guys that come on, they jackhammer.
Jackhammer. It's like, guys, slow and central. This is what happens when you got an Italian in.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, guys.
All right,
see
Thank
y'all.
you.